Hi and welcome to Loose Students, a show run by students for students to allow those studying at UCLan the opportunity to express their opinions on life here in Preston. Today we will be discussing the benefits and drawbacks of the city's nightlife and the challenges of learning to cook for yourself. Joining me on the panel we have Andy, Ryan, Mark, Ellen and Donna, who are all second year journalism students. So we've been here for 2 years now, Andy, and I know you're the person that we always see on a night out. So what is your view on Preston nightlife? Surely you must have some funny stories to tell.
I think it's brilliant. I really enjoy the Preston nightlife. I think it gets a bad press off a lot of people. I don't see why. It's fun. It's brilliant. Monday and Wednesdays every week. Cameo and Vinyl Evoke. Great times. But as far as stories go, I think Mark's got the funniest one I've heard.
Which one's that?
Christmas socks.
Christmas socks. Come on, Mark, you need to tell us a story about the Christmas socks.
Well, it's one of the stranger nights I've had out in Preston, and it happened about a month in when we were starting to go on nights out together, and we started pre-drinking at Andy's flat, and that's all I remember. And then I remember being at his flat and being ready to go. And then I woke up, my room was a complete mess. I was wearing nothing but my Christmas socks, which I didn't previously go out in. My bedding and my clothes were all in a big pile up in the middle of my room. And there was grapes scattered everywhere, including on me and around the room. And I also didn't have any grapes in the house. So, it was one of the strange nights, yeah.
That's a lovely story about your Christmas socks, Mark. Thanks for that. I mean, Ellen, you work in Cameo and Vinyl, so obviously you must have met some characters out in the club while you're working.
Yeah, well, it's definitely an interesting job. Funnily enough, the drunk people are fine. I work on front of house, so I'm on the box. When people come in, I take the money off them, or I'm on the cloakroom and they come and they give the coats and stuff to me. So they're always wanting to just get in and get on the dance floor or go and buy a drink, so that doesn't bother me, but probably the worst customers are the overly friendly ones. To be honest, that's probably the worst.
I mean, Mark, you strike me as one of the ones who would be over-friendly on a night out.
Really? Do I really? Don't know what to say to that, Gemma, to be honest. I think you might have been mistaken with Ryan, to be honest.
I mean, Ryan, I know you love Pop World, don't you?
Yeah, this is the first time I went the other night when we went on a pub crawl social with our lot. And to be honest, I actually enjoyed it. It's better than, what's it called? What's your favourite place?
Cameo and Vinyl.
It's better than there. You go in there, all you hear is Frozen 7 times. You have to be very, very, very drunk to get an enjoyable night out there.
No, you don't. You have to be drunk, of course, that's the point of a night out, but not paralytic.
To the point where you're on the floor.
That's more warehouse for me.
Like Mark and his Christmas socks.
Yeah.
Like me and my Christmas socks. It'd be easier to enjoy a night though if it took as little alcohol as you need.
No, I've picked myself up.
He has improved, to be fair.
I've gone from 1 pint to 2.
I mean, when I first came to Preston, I didn't really venture out, and I think it's like a lot like that for students because you only go to 2 places, Evoke and Cameo and Vinyl. And towards the end of the year, going to more clubs, I found it so much better. Like Donna, you've grown up in Preston, so you obviously know about all the different clubs you can go to.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what's so great about Preston really is the variety of clubs and pubs available for all different individual tastes. Really, it's a cultural diverse city, and you see that reflected really in what's on offer within the nightlife, particularly within the city. I tend to go to Stratos, which isn't always particularly to your taste. It's more of a sophisticated bar. But yeah, I tend to hang out there, and in the past I have been to the likes of Assembly, Academy, Roper, all the typical, hangouts for students. But yeah, now I tend to go to, like I say, more the cocktail bars, that kind of thing.
See, I don't think a lot of students would have heard of those clubs. But one thing I noticed going to Evoke is that they're really strict And if you're really drunk, they don't let you in. They ask you to go and eat somewhere else. And I think that would like stop the violence. Like, what's your view on that?
Yeah, I mean, in the past I've been with friends turfed out of certain places through sneaking bottles, fruit shoot bottles of concoctions of alcohol and stuff. But one thing I have noticed, because it's been about 10 years that I've been, you know, going out clubbing within the area, and I've seen masses of changes. And one of the criticisms of Preston city centre is the fact that there's been a significant rise in crime and aggression on the streets. You know, I think that's clearly noticeable from when you're out there yourselves. I'm sure you've seen police pulling in people for all kinds of things. I mean, what's your view on that, Ellen?
Well, it is definitely a letdown. I mean, working in Cameo, everyone's always having a good time, but there is always one person who's going to ruin it for the lot. And on an average night out, there's probably about 3 people dragged out. And it is just the worst of the lot ruining it for everyone else. So I wouldn't say it's a huge problem, but I'd still say there is something that needs to be done about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's something that we can let the students decide for themselves when they come to Preston. So moving on, the panel, we have all been here for over a year now, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that has had some problems in the kitchen. For example, when I first came to uni, I didn't see the importance of cutlery, and I decided to come with one of everything. So that meant when I was cooking, I'd be running around the kitchen looking for me one spoon and me one fork, and it was a nightmare, and I couldn't cook properly, and it was terrible. I mean, Mark, how have you found cooking since you came to uni? Do you think you've got better?
Oh, nothing as terrifying as not having enough cutlery in the flat, Gemma. No, to be fair,
it was terrible. You couldn't cook properly.
Yeah, sure, it was terrible. I feel sorry for you. I've realised now, I've come back for the second year, that I'm not too bad at cooking. I mean, I'm still here. I haven't made myself ill or anything yet, and I think I'm all right. And I think living with these guys this year, I've learned that I really am not as bad as I thought, because I've seen some of the stuff that they've been up to. And well, we got one of our flatmates, Shane. Considering it's second year, you think you would have learned to cook a little bit by now, but we were coming into the kitchen, weren't we? It was I'd only just moved in. These lot had been here for a week, and he's there putting his tea in the oven. Chicken nuggets he was having, chicken nuggets and chips.
That's what he has every night. But
And you could see the oven tray on the side, but he wasn't using it. He was just there with the he was on his hands and knees.
Spit it out, Mark.
With the oven door open, just placing chicken nugget after chicken nugget in the actual oven, not on a tray or anything. And that's...
I can't laugh. I grilled the pizza, so...
I mean...
He also... you think you get used to living on your own as well, or with like away from home. I've never used a dishwasher before, but we have a dishwasher this year. And I also walked to the kitchen one morning to find him using the oven mitts to open the dishwasher. So that he didn't burn himself on a dishwasher.
It wasn't. No, it's not like that.
Andy,
I was doing something in the oven.
that is shocking.
Keep them on. Quite nice. Dishwasher.
I mean,
Multitasking, aren't I?
As much as we can laugh at Shane for cooking, my only cooking ability are noodles and making bacon. And I can't even make the noodles right one, because when we first got in, the hobs weren't quite working very well in our flat.
Yeah.
So I put my noodles in. I always boil the kettle and put water in just so it's quicker. But this hob's broken, so I poured the water and I put the hob on. And I've not actually been cooking the noodles. Nothing's happening. And I still thought they were cooked at the end and then ate them. So when we're slagging off Sean, I don't think there's really much that I can laugh at.
Boiling water.
I mean, I personally think I've got better at cooking because my flatmate is like a mum and she loves cooking casseroles and lasagna. And I think I'm getting quite good at cooking now compared to when I first came. Me and Ellen, Donna, obviously Donna, you live at home, but Ellen, what do you think?
I think I've definitely got worse. I mean, in the first year I was a bit more adventurous, so I'd come in and I'd try this and I'd try that, but I mean, I've got worse. I think I settle for anything now. The other day I come in and I was just sort of trolling through the cupboards, didn't know what I had. I had noodles, I had eggs, so I thought, I'll make a noodle omelette, and it weren't too bad, to be honest, but
A noodle?
Yeah, I
Oh,
definitely
no.
didn't
No.
feel. I didn't feel right
Yeah,
after
that's
it.
terrible.
But I mean, they were curry flavored noodles as well, so it was a bit
God.
strange. But it's just gotta work with what I got. Really, I mean, back in the day, I'd be like, ooh, getting that excited over cooking. But now, it's not that great. Especially not in a tiny kitchen. I mean, I've had a few accidents in a small kitchen. I like my space. I like the luxuries of space and cleanliness, and I've definitely not got that.
I mean, Donna, you haven't got that problem because you still live at home, so...
I still live at home, but I have a receptionist job at Tᴡɪᴛᴛᴇʀ Gym where I'm cooking. And when I started working there, I'd never fried an egg in my life. That ain't no joke.
You're not even a student. You didn't have an excuse.
28 and can't even fry an egg. And then I also got asked to do poached eggs, and I just looked at them as if to say, well, what the heck do I do?
I made a poached egg with like you put the egg in a plastic bag and then put the plastic bag in the boiling water to keep like the poached eggs together, and it actually worked. So
I have to try
proud of
that.
myself there.
Crafty way of making a poached egg. I remember I was making a casserole, put all the potatoes on the top, and for some reason there was fat from the sausages. I went to pour the fat out into the sink, and all my potatoes fell out my casserole into the sink. So, so if you've been watching today and you have any interesting experiences you would like to share with us, we would love to know. Just leave a comment or tweet us at uclanpstv or follow us on YouTube and Facebook at uclanpstv. Thanks for watching. I've been your host, Gemma Edwards. See you next time.